So about 1,400 kilometers. But more reliable than flying these days, sorry to say. And our national air carrier, Air Canada, had cancelled 150 flights a day. So they're just like the American ones, they're just cancelling left, right, and center, and nothing's stable. So
okay,
better to fly. We usually drive anyway.
Yeah, I like to drive too. Oh, hello everybody, by the way. We were chatting on Discord, so that's what you started hearing as I get online. Modo 45 is here, so it's great to see him. He says he just got back from camping. That's great. We had a small camping trip at the beginning of this week too, to get my son out of the house for a little bit, for him to enjoy.
How'd he go? How'd that go with him being somewhat temporarily disabled?
It wasn't too bad actually. I mean, we didn't get to hit the trails a lot. And one thing we learned when we arrived at the camping site, because we were in a RV camper, that the trails were like a couple miles away from where the campgrounds are. So we needed an extra car to drive there, which we didn't have at the moment. So we ended up walking around the campgrounds and trying to enjoy as much as we can. But it wasn't too bad actually, especially like having a fire pit, doing some s'mores, and you know, being in the woods, in the nature was a treat.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nice break from city life.
Yeah. So, and I was, you know, I took a couple of days of vacation to take care of his physical therapy appointments. So I'm back to work tomorrow morning. And he still has a couple more weeks before we finish physical therapy. Actually, he needs to go until the end of August. So I'm trying to arrange those two after work hours so that I don't have to ask for time off. But
well, at least your son's not 60 years old. He can recover, right?
Oh, he's pretty good. He's ready to get rid of the crutches and start working, which he started doing with a supporting brace. So he's doing pretty good so far. And the therapist said they are going to start walking exercises next week, so I'm hoping he will not require to use the crutches anymore after next week and be on his feet, trying to improve and get that muscle strength back in place.
Yeah, because otherwise he can atrophy from lack of use, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's what I think the physical therapy comes in handy. You need to keep it moving, you need to start thinking about strengthening those muscles again, and the doctor said the leg muscles go lazy very quickly, especially the ones around your knee, so we are trying to keep those muscles moving. Is
swimming part of his therapy, or
yep,
doing some water stuff?
I take him to pool whenever I can, and it helps a lot. So yeah, he needs to get his extension back, because I think he can bend it to a certain degree but not fully, so we are working on that as well.
Hey guys.
Hey Morgan.
Hi, Mon.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great.
I feel like I haven't flown in ages, and I haven't flown the CRJ for a long time, so expect some screw-ups, okay?
All good.
But let's just jump in and start touching the buttons and turning things on. We have a long flight ahead of us. I'll start with turning the tablet on, and I believe the CRJ received an update recently. I haven't read the full changelog, but there are some improvements that Aerosoft did to address the long-term bugs that has been with the aircraft for a long time. So I hope we can spot some of those improvements while we are on our way to our destination. But we have the GPU connected. We'll worry about the performance later on, or we can just set up the numbers right now. Our payload is showing, according to Simbrief, 4.7 tons, which is a little bit high here, so we'll take a couple passengers out to get it down to 4.7. That sounds about right. And the fuel we need is 4,700 kilograms, which we can use the refueling panel to make it a bit more realistic. Power it on. If I can touch the click spot. Oh, I can't because I don't have power to the aircraft. See, I told you. Expect some screw ups. Alright, master battery on. We have ground power available, so let's make use of that. Emergency lights armed, passenger signs on, and we'll start aligning the IRS immediately. Now we can take a look at the fuel panel. Alright, that looks okay now. What happened? Alright, what we need, 4.7. Let's see if I can get close to 4.7 here. I usually can't. Has a weird logic, but I'll take it, 4.71. Turn the pumps on. We are not taking any fuel to the center tank, so we'll leave it off. And refuel the aircraft, which is not going to take too long because we were pretty close. There we go. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, and eventually power that thing off. Alright, anything that we need to do on the overhead? I mean, we know we have some checklists here. Fire detection, blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna go over these completely. For the most part, I think we're good. We need to engage the yaw damper, which is over here. And we need to engage the stab trim and mach trim. So let's see if we can engage the yaw damper and get rid of that warning, and we'll just go down and start worrying about the flight plan routing we have. We are at Sierra Bravo Sierra Victor. I feel that we spent a lot of time in South America. What was the gate? I think I'm parked at gate 12 if I'm not mistaken. And we'll take the GPS position from the next page and plug it in here.
I wonder if we shouldn't try to go somewhere. We haven't really been to Asia yet.
We have not, yes. And I think after Rio, we might think about a longer flight, or maybe using a faster aircraft to get out of South America to somewhere that we haven't flown before.
Thought we were going to try to cross over to Africa.
We can with the Concorde. I think that's possible. So our destination is Sierra Bravo Victor Tango. Our departure is from runway 10 and via Gede Alpha. With
we haven't seen Africa either.
VUREK transition. We haven't. Yes, we haven't been to Asia, Africa, New Zealand and Australia. We still need to go visit Ronnie at some point. I'm pretty sure he is just waking up to end of winter in the southern hemisphere. I believe it's still there, winter there. But yeah, we can definitely do that too. So that's our departure selected. Let's go to flight plan again. That's the first waypoint. From there it should bring the transition, but for some reason it is not bringing it. Let's see if I don't plug it in, what happens. Maybe we'll see it on the legs page. We'll take Uniform Zulu 44 airway to our only waypoint after departure, ISILA. And from there, that's our arrival, which is ISIL-1 Alpha. We are doing an RNAV, and I cannot remember if CRJ was capable of doing RNAV approaches, so we'll see. And we are doing, I believe, NEVPO transition. Let me check the chart. Yep, that is our transition, and we'll execute this and go to the legs page to see how it looks like. I'm pretty sure we have some discontinuities, which we do. We can clear that up, execute one more time, and it looks okay from there. Good, so that's the routing. Our flight number today is G3 1881. Imaginary flight. Why are you not taking it? G31881. Interesting. Well, let's see. We'll worry about that later. Our alternate is Sierra Bravo Charlie Foxtrot. And execute this, and let me try that flight number one more time. Oh, it's not taking it. Is it going to take 1881? Yeah, it did take one. That one. Well, okay. I was a little bit confused about that G3, but that's what the Gol Airlines use for their IATA code, so might be wrong on that one. But everything else is looking okay, and we are ready to initialize our performance, which we need to go to the tablet, init the fuel from aircraft, which is fine, and that gives us 4.7 tons of payload. That matches with our sim brief, and that should give us a zero fuel weight of 25.0, which we are 400 heavy. That's according to probably the sim brief profile not matching quite the aircraft, but we'll just live with that, I guess. And takeoff weight is 29.4. We are 600 kilograms heavy. I think that's not a huge deal. We're taking flaps 8, runway is dry, and we'll set all the V speeds. That's the performance side of things done, and our IRS looks like is aligned, and we assume that we are boarding the passengers at this point. Stab trim, knock trim is engaged now, and we have the flight director turned on. We have an above 3000 restriction on our SID, but that probably will not be an issue. What we will do is we will set to our cruising altitude of 40,000 feet using the Bravo switch I have here, which makes things a little bit easier for me instead of trying to scroll with my mouse. There we go, 40,000 is set, V speeds are here, and I guess at this point we can get some integral lighting here, and here too. Can help our co-pilot as well, and we can do the same at the overhead panel, which I believe was this guy here. Was it? I'm not sure. Let's see. Which one was the overhead? There we go. This should be the lights. Alright, we'll just keep it like that. And we can turn the hydraulic pump 3 on, which is the electric hydraulic pump. And we are pretty much ready to start the APU. Let me check the chat. Okay, nothing serious there. And you guys went silent all of a sudden. You guys are setting up your aircrafts, I believe, at this point.
Yes.
I'm silently observing the CRJ,
Alright.
trying to see what it's like.
Start the APU and go down and check the APU engine parameters here to see if it's spooling up. And we should be able to listen to it too. Right here, that's the port or flap. And I haven't checked if I can see anybody. Let's see, we still have the regular Microsoft Flight Simulator server lag problem. We have hickory nuts over there.
Just got crashed to desktop, yes.
What? Are you on Sim Update 10 beta by chance?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I figured.
But
Is
I
it-
have that with the CRJ anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark is in a Cessna CJ4, and
A
on
longitude.
my screen I am seeing him as a Eurowings. Looks like an A330. Interesting. I'd heard that the DLSS is coming with Sim Update 10. Is that true, Captain?
Yeah, I'm using it now. Now
Is
I
it
get
improving the performance by any
between
means?
45 and 50 frames in VR.
Oh, Christopher is here too. Hi, Christopher. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you. And I'd like to thank you for your donation using Super Chat for the video that I published. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Alright, looks like I'm seeing Mark and waiting for Captain Megazen to spawn again. There's an aircraft on approach and they are going to... Oh, go around, man. You are going to hit that one. Lining up. Oh, that was interesting. No landing gear. He's gonna do Sully. Oh no, he has landing gear. Opened at the last second, I guess. Aerosoft Simple Traffic, I guess, needs some more improvements still. We have the APU running. We can turn... okay. APU is available, which means we can get rid of the ground power. APU gen is online. Let me see the electrical page real quick. APU is on the bus, providing 115 volts, which means we have electric power through APU. Safe to disconnect the... What happened there? Oh, it says available. APU kicked in automatically and we cannot engage ground power again. Okay, I still have to remember a couple things. We can disconnect that now. And turn the packs on to give our passengers a little bit of air. If I can remember which was the switch though. It's been, as I said, a while. Alright, packs over here, left, right on, recirculation valve to on, and that should give us some airflow to the cabin. And we can check the air conditioning page over here. Electrical fuel doors, anti-ice, menu. Where do we read the cabin temperature in this aircraft? Is there a way to see it? Is it through the... There was something. Okay, it's here, 21 degrees, 23 degrees. Not too bad, but that's probably the duct temperature, not the actual cabin temperature. What we haven't done is, well, let me see the before start checklists. Passenger signs are on, landing elevation we haven't set, and that is at our destination airport. Airport elevation 34 feet. So we'll go over there. And I will set that up with the 1, 2, I think will give us to 40 if we go out of that page. You should see the landing elevation somewhere here. Stats. Yep, landing elevation 40. So that's set for the temperature, for the pressurization system. What else? FMS is checked and set, IRS is aligned, radios and navgates. We can set the VOR that's close by to our departure or at the departure airport 116.5 as a secondary measure. Let's do here 116.5. It's auto-tuned. I can't remember if CRJ was auto-tuning these things. Remind me if I'm wrong, but I'm tempted to say yes. Let's put the speed brakes where they belong. And I think final check of the FMC. Oh, hold on. Why this didn't carry on? Set payload in sim, copy the data to FMS. There we go, and our cruising altitude is flight level 400 and alternate flight level of 360, and execute this. We now set up transition altitude is 7000. We haven't finished the performance calculation at all. That's good, that's looking good. Transition flight level for our arrival. Let me see that. 5000, so let's set that up too. Execute for descent, and that should be it for performance. And we now, only thing we can do at this point is to set up a fix for our destination, Sierra Bravo Victor Tango. Oops, if I can type. And that speed brake is always in the way. Tango, we'll do a 25-mile ring. Yep, and then next page, Sierra Bravo Victor Tango. You need to descend down from 40,000 to 4,000 for our transition, and eventually to 1,800 for our nav approach. So that is what, 38,000 difference, times that by 3, that's 116, oh 14, I'm sorry. That is where we should think about starting our descent. So 114, and I will add a buffer of 10 miles. Go away, speed brake, please. So we'll do 125 rounded up, and that will be our flag to start descending. And the last one I will do is Sierra Bravo Victor Tango, and unlike other aircraft I have seen, you cannot set a fix for the runway in CRJ. So we'll do a 10-mile ring for the final. That's all good. We'll keep the legs page here. We have APU running, and we assume that the passengers are now boarded the aircraft. We can close the passenger door.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
We can continue with the pushback and engine start. I'm not using any pushback plugin, unfortunately. They seem to cause problems more than benefits, so we'll go with standard MSFS pushback. I can always tune to the ground and request pushback, which I will do right now. Alright, that's the tug driving up, and we'll do the checklist before start checklist. I think this is all done. We are ready to push back. So waiting for the tug to connect, which this thing is a huge one for this aircraft. It's shaving our nose off a little bit. I'm not sure when we will be seeing a proper ground services plugin for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would probably happily pay for a proper ground services plugin. Let's kill the parking brake.
Rubbing the paint right off it.
Oh yeah. And we'll start with the right engine first.
Didn't need that expensive nose cone anyways.
Yeah, right. And I probably need to tell them to push us to the steer to the left. And are we seeing? Okay, we are seeing the. That's right engine, and I'm tempted to tell him to go straight and stop here because I don't want to bump into anything else, but he can steer us a little bit more towards the taxiway, and I will tell him to stop the pushback. Okay, go straight.
Cheated, I used the retro thrust.
You used... Oh, okay, yeah.
It works. You
It
know, it
works.
doesn't always work. It depends on the airport, strangely enough.
Could it be due
Ladies
to...
and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency.
Could it be due to
During an emergency,
the
please
slope
remain in your seats with
on
your
the
seatbelts
apron or
fastened and your
on
seats
the
in the
airport?
upright position. In case
Wow.
of an
Christopher
accident,
says
please
like your
leave
video is
masks will
very
drop from the
informative.
ceiling and
Sorry
should be
Chris,
placed
I
over
didn't
your
see
head.
the
If there is
chat, I
smoke
was
in the
busy
cabin
pushing
during the
back, but thank you very
evacuation of
much.
the aircraft,
Thanks a
the
lot
walkway
for
emergency lights will
the
display to the
compliment.
exits, which are
Sorry Mark, I
located
cut
here
you off, I guess.
and here.
No, that's a good point. I never thought the slope would be sufficient to really affect that. Sometimes they go full retro thrust and don't move, other times no trouble.
Interesting.
It's just a little glitchy, but it works well, of course, when I'm landing. It does
Okay.
slow me down. But from a stationary on the apron, it's variable. Seems to
That
depend
happened
where
to
I'm
me
parked.
with the DC6 multiple times, where I wasn't able to use the reverse to push back, where I was able to in some other airports, so I don't know what the real reason is, but there must be something, I guess. Let's start the chrono here. Pull the... okay. We probably have done this. After start generators auto, electrics checked, lead valves should be on auto, packs are not on. APU we can turn off now, we don't need it anymore. And then NTIs, nose wheel steering armed, that should be over here. Yep, it is. And I remember... what is this? I'm doing something that I don't know what my controller is doing. Oh, okay, that's the spoilers. I'll leave it at auto. Armed. What else? That's done. Taxi. It's flaps. We will have to set our flaps, which was 8. 1 and 8. That's set now. We'll have to arm the thrust reversers, which I believe I also have buttons assigned for those. Yep. Flight instruments are checked. Brake temperatures should be normal. And we'll do a flight controls check here after bringing the yoke up. And pull the flight controls page here. Alright. Full forward. Full back. Full left. Full right. Right rudder. Center. Left rudder. Everything seems to work. We're good. Alright. That's taxi checks done, and we'll keep it at before takeoff. Put the taxi lights on. That should be it to start rolling. Our taxi routing, by the way, runway 10 is very short distance, right in front of us, where that aircraft is trying to line up his runway 10. Turn off the parking brake. Yep. And get some throttle going. We need to do a takeoff config check if I remember correctly. Used to be somewhere here, or was it? Oh, window heats. We haven't turned on the window heats. Yeah, for sure. Are those these? I probably need to go and look to the overhead. To remember, okay, this is the windshield. Low, low, and we'll do the probes prior to takeoff. Your damper is not engaged, even if I have quit, so we'll engage that too and start turning, because I'm not going to hit those cones. Okay. There's something wrong. Okay, no, it was the it was the twist axis that controls the nose wheel steering. And I'm not sure if this is happening to you guys, but I have to move all my controls for the simulator to recognize their positions before doing anything. Otherwise I'm getting some weird behavior from my controller inputs.
I used to have that problem with this Thrustmaster, but now it's better.
I still do have it, but not sure what the reason is truly.
I had to go into settings and reset stuff and whatever just to get my controls to work. Yeah. But now it seems to be good. But especially with the power USB port, I don't have the problems I was having before with non-powered port.
Maybe that's
Direct
what
connection
I need to start thinking about, because I think I'm using the non-powered hub, which I also have a powered hub for other stuff that I connected to the sim. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna turn on head tracking a little bit and try to look around, and I hope I won't make you guys motion sick with this. This is not Trek IR, by the way. I was fed up with Trek IR constantly requiring to wear something so that it can track your head movements. This thing is called Tobii Eye Tracker. I'm pretty sure you guys heard about this.
Yeah.
It does a decent job, by the way. I can say it's better than Trek AR. It has its own limitations, like I cannot lean forward and back for zooming in and out to see instruments a bit better, but I think I can live with that as long as it's decent at tracking for part of the flights, because sometimes when I'm flying in GA I'd like to look around and see the scenery, and panning with the mouse is not the best thing to do. Alright, before start checks, or before takeoff checks, lights and strobes. Yep, landing lights. Strobe, that's done. Fuel cross flow to manual, that should be this switch down here. And transponder, which we haven't set. Let's see. Did we set the code? Nope, no, we didn't. We'll set it to what? Regular, I guess. 1701. There we go. And turn altitude reporting on. And there was a switch, if I remember correctly, that turns on the transponder right here. Yep. Now the transponder is on. We also need to turn on the weather, which I hope the sim update 10 brings the weather radar back to the sim, because I missed that a lot.
That's nice.
We can change the range. Captain Magazine, and are there any signs of that in the sim update 10 beta? I guess we are ready to roll now.
You just got landed on almost.
Yep, I
landed on.
I mean, looks like this is a busy airport, to be honest. Alright.
I think your live stream attracts traffic though, Simpilot, really. I mean, we've been at some pretty remote places, and all of a sudden there's people everywhere. It doesn't make sense otherwise.
Oh yeah. Well, I forgot to do
They might
this
see it on
on
the.
takeoff mode.
I bet they see it on the map and just click on the
Remember that
airport.
one of the first places we landed in South America was just a grass strip, and suddenly there was traffic everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I remember that. So we'll go Toga power, not max power, and watch our speed box for rotate. I'm gonna try to do a decent job this time by holding the center point of the runway if I can, and that's already V1, and rotate. And off we go. As the rate, the gear is now coming up. flight director to fly out. I think CRJ is better at hand flying. Oh, look at that beautiful view of the city. I didn't get this sense with, I don't know, with the Phoenix. It requires a lot of command inputs, which shouldn't be the case when you pitch down. It should hold that, but I'm not sure. I think I'll give the credit to CRJ for that. Trimming is always a challenge, to be honest, and I constantly keep trying to do that with limited success. We are already overspeeding, right? Remember that. Flaps are coming in, and we will keep the speed around 250 manually if we can. Activate nav, and we'll go speed mode, and engage the autopilot. And hopefully we will start climbing. And we probably have to adjust the speed a little bit towards 250-ish. Climb out and do the after takeoff checks. Alright. Full cross flow goes to auto. That's done. Leads and APU is set. Thrust reversers can be turned off. Right. Do this. They are now off. CAS is checked. No warnings I see here. Yep, everything looks normal. And we are turning towards our destination. Time to go outside, reset the camera, and try to spot you guys. See your whereabouts. Mark is right there in front of us. Having heard that Captain Magazine in it, I'm not sure if he was able to spawn. Quickly nuts up there. Oops, wrong button. Are we climbing? No, we are not climbing because the aircraft is trying to speed up, which is my duty because it doesn't have auto thrust. After reaching 240, I think it should start climbing. And I believe this had a climb detent, right? Yep, there it is. Alright, now we're good. Climbing back. Joanna Steinmetz says hello. Hello, Joanna. Welcome. Alright, do we keep the nose wheel steering armed or we will disarm it during the flight? Oh, Falcon is here too.
Hey, Falcon.
Buddy. Welcome.
Everyone's here.
Did I turn the landing lights off or is it just the camera view? Or is the camera view? I don't remember turning them off yet. Okay, I think we need to switch to standard. Oh, you made it, yeah, for sure. We just departed, so you might catch up to us. Oh, the game is super loud again? Sure, thank you. Let's cut it down. And I can increase my microphone sound a little bit. I hope this is better.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot to do a sound check, but well. Okay, great. We are en route. I probably can adjust and set up and synchronize my heading bug, which should help. And I think I'm gonna use the Bravo autopilot panel to do that because it is a little bit finicky using the mouse scroll here. Passing 10,000. All lights go off and we can relieve our passengers at this point. There we go. Off. Alright, now the rest is just climbing up And oh man, I like to fly in South America. Oh, you are rebuilding your room? What are you adding? Or are you just remodeling the room? Okay, we passed 10,000, which means we can increase the speed a little bit more and go to 280. What was that?
He says he was drilling.
He
but
was
he
drilling.
Can't anymore.
Yeah, he can't anymore. Sunday. Yeah.
It's probably late there, I imagine.
I'm pretty sure it is a little bit late. What time is it there, Falcon, right now? I'm assuming it is, what, 8 p.m.? Or 9, close to 9.
Yeah, here it's almost 9 p.m.
Okay. Oh, we are now
I
serving
don't know where
sandwiches.
Is he from Germany or?
Yeah.
I believe Falcon
Yeah,
was
yeah.
from Germany, yes.
Yeah, then it's the same time zone.
So what do you guys think about the November 40th year anniversary edition that's planned to release? And
Can't wait.
we are getting 3 aircraft for free. I'm super excited about that Inebuild's Airbus A310, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the DC-3. That DC-3 was a decent one that I was following its development, and it's just great to hear that it's going to be provided for free. But also, it makes me think that I have way too many aircraft and way less time to fly them all.
Yeah.
Man. Alright, looks like we are climbing just fine. Standard pressure, yep.
I can't see anyone.
Can't see
Again,
anyone either.
I can see Mark.
Yeah, but I'm on the same update 10.
Oh,
I
that
can
might be
see
the reason.
everybody now. Yeah.
That
Everybody
might
just
be the
came on.
reason.
But you
Yeah,
don't see
Falcon.
me, do you?
It's always good to get some free aircraft, and especially
No.
some decent ones.
Where's Mega?
I see Mark, but I don't see Captain Megazenin.
Everybody just flashed on. Everybody was completely invisible, and now suddenly they're showing up. This is when you guys started asking, "Hey, where is everybody?" And then click.
Yeah, I see
saw
Hickory
Salvador
Nuts down there too.
Yeah.
That's very strange because when I'm in VR I can't see anyone, and if I'm in 2D mode then I can see people again.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, I don't know now that I'm in sim update 10 that I may only see.
Oh, Falcon says he
Incognito
had
when
his
you're in VR.
practical exam and got rated 2, which is I think A or B in America. That's great. I was doing some research. Oh, you finally done? In August? Man. It must have been a very challenging journey. 3 years to get there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this update video for the 40th year. It's
Oh,
quite
yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Helicopters.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what surprises they are going to come up with. But
So next stream we do the glider.
Yeah, the glider, the
the discus, you
Discus.
mean?
Yeah.
Next stream, actually, I was planning
I'm
to
just kidding.
get to Rio and then do a sightseeing flight around Rio for the stream after that, because we spent a lot of time to get there. I think we can just do a stream to enjoy the scenery around Rio a little bit in a GA aircraft that goes slow, and do a group flight around Rio, check couple places, fly low, and then think about the next destination after Rio. Or maybe we can just take a long range flight in the Concorde to pass to Africa from South America.
Use the Icon A5 and Real. You can land on the water, take a look around.
Oh yeah,
Jump
that's a nice one. And which one was the one that I was thinking about? The Beechcraft Staggerwing, that biplane can go really slow, and might be a good sightseeing aircraft too.
In Panama, I use the Icon just to match speed with you in the helicopter. You're flying the Bell 45 or something.
Oh yeah, that too. I can also fly a helicopter.
Is able to slow down when you're almost hovering and still not fall out of the air. It's a pretty funny plane.
Yep, I can. I probably have to practice that a little bit because I'm pretty sure I'm very rusty right now, and I hope that update brings in some dynamics or what they call it for the helicopters, because I know all of the helicopters are using external apps to inject the flight model, and I hope the update makes it a little bit more local in the sim for helicopters to respond closer to what they do in real life, because I don't think they are close to how they are in real life, and I find it very hard to control in Microsoft Flight Simulator if I'm flying a helicopter.
Well, I find them hard to control with the model helicopters too. It's not like flying a drone.
Yeah. I mean, I tried once or twice. That's not for me. I ended up getting a drone and flying it, because I can just let the controls go and it starts hovering, and I don't have to worry about that. And it also has some failsafe built in to get back to home if the signal disconnects or if you cannot receive the signal.
I gave my nephew electric, rechargeable helicopter for a gift. It was a pretty sizable one too. It's probably about like a meter long or something. Anyway, he wasn't too experienced, and he took off somewhere. He didn't know where the helicopter went, and we found it, I think, on the roof of some neighboring cottage on the island we were on. So
Oh, really?
we rescued it. He could find it though because it was dusky and we could see the lights flashing. So that was good.
You got lucky there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Falcon,
damaged.
you can always join with F-18 and catch up to us. I believe you can probably get ahead of us too if you want to. We passed 31,000. Have we switched to max speed yet? No. And I'm trying to remember what it was to do it. Holding left click, right click something. Okay, we should be now flying Mach units. And I think that speed was Mach 7.4. Why am I not seeing Mach units? There we go. Okay, that should give us the climb rate we need to get up to 40,000 feet. And you can get VNAV functional in this aircraft if you choose to do so, which is unrealistic for a CRJ, but it is an option. Over here, there was a next page, coupled VNAV, there it is. Yep, you can have VNAV in CRJ if you want to, and it works pretty decent. But you know what? Something happened and I missed it.
Someone
Alert.
subscribed.
Oh, Mike Torin has subscribed. Welcome to the SimPilot, Mark, if you are watching this stream. I'll play that again. Oh, and Mark says, can use Darkstar. Yeah, that I haven't flown that thing, and I also have that spaceship from Halo too. I'm not sure how fast it goes, but we can do some fun stuff with that too if it's hovering.
Right, Darkstar is almost unrealistically stable once you get it up into the stratosphere. You can just kind of let go of the control and it just stays kind of under control, like almost autopilot, but it doesn't have true autopilot.
Okay. I might have to do a practice flight with that and maybe watch some videos on how to operate that thing, because I haven't done
anything. A little tricky trying to get it into hypersonic mode, but I find you bring it up to about 40,000–45,000 and then go into a bit of a power dive, level out, and you can as long as you've activated the hypersonic mode, it'll eventually catch on and fire up the engine. You know.
Oh, okay.
You have to
might
get
be.
going though, like past Mach 2 to have any hope getting the hypersonic to go.
Okay.
That's probably too
That
fast.
will probably
for
get
the,
us
for the
to
Concorde.
Africa. Probably faster than Concorde, right? It should be faster
Oh,
than Concorde.
I flew it at Mach 10. It'll do Mach 10. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
wow. That means
You
like
actually have to be careful.
We can go
You can
anywhere.
overshoot. You can overshoot your destination by gazillion kilometers, you know, and then you have to turn around. You only can do that when you're up there at, you know, 100 and whatever thousand feet minimum.
that reminded me that movie. Do you guys remember the Hot Shots movie? I'm not sure if all of you guys are old enough to remember, because it was a series of movies teasing the Top Gun and other movies like Rambo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen the
like a comedy
trailer
series
of this.
where they had rear view mirrors on the side of a fighter jet and brake pedals. It was able to like hit the brakes and stop, you know.
Do a little brake check.
Yeah, it was a funny movie at the time. I remember laughing out loud a lot of times.
It's one of those movies that's so stupid. It's just it's really
I
funny.
mean, for you guys in Canada, if you have Netflix, I highly recommend you guys seeing The Man from Toronto. Toronto just released into Netflix.
I
we
seen
had
that,
it last night. It was a funny movie. I always like watching Kevin Hart. So
yeah, he's a
good
great
comedian.
actor.
Yep, he's a good actor.
Yeah, I
Guys,
seen.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, hello guys.
Hey,
Hi.
what's up? Oh,
Yeah, not much. I'm trying to join actually. Was it East US or what?
It should be.
East,
Let me double check.
Okay.
USA East. Yep.
Alright, nice.
You should catch up to us pretty quickly with F-18.
Yeah, I'm looking out for you guys, but I don't see you on the map.
Let me see if I can tell you a waypoint at least. I'm not sure if 18 is capable of navigating a waypoint, but
We're just south of VUREK or whatever. VUREK, just a little bit south. Probably not more than a couple hundred kilometers.
yeah, we are
Just zoom in
heading
around
to
VUREK.
waypoint Daklu, the Delta Oscar Kilo Lima uniform, and we have about 25 miles to get there.
Alright, thank you.
It's Delta Oscar Kilo Lima uniform. If you can plug in a waypoint in F-18, because I don't know if you can in Microsoft Flight
But
Simulator.
it's showing me the wrong one.
Oh, interesting. Could VFR map help maybe if I pull it up on the screen?
Yeah, maybe. That would be actually cool, yeah.
So
I found the
we are
VUREK
here.
on high altitude.
We departed from Salvador and traveled south pretty much, following the coast.
Okay, this is great. Now I might actually find you guys.
Well, lots of other people here.
Yeah, I still see Mark, but I am having problems seeing our friend Captain Magazine again. One day I promise I'll use VPN to connect to the European server to see if it's making any difference, Captain Magazine.
Oh,
Let's
that
try
would
it
be
now
awesome.
just for fun.
Not sure if it will break the YouTube connection of OBS and cause problems with the stream, though. I can try, but we might use the stream.
Mine does when I change locations.
Yep.
It'll buffer the video.
I don't have any trouble.
I mean, I have a pretty decent VPN that has fast connection, so in fact I believe I connected to European servers in SIM and was able to fly. Oh, Christopher, thank you very much for the $20 donation. Thanks a lot.
That's nice.
And he says I'm right below you, so let me just reset the camera, and there is the alert. Looking down to see if I can spot him. Oh, he coordinates. He's right there, coming up to 40,000 feet, and which we are also coming up now, ready to reach our cruise level, which we need to take a look at our speed and make sure we don't overspeed the aircraft. I usually tend to forget about the throttle and thinking, oh, the thrust is always there, because I'm so used to it now. But I'll tell you what, despite the fact that the textures are bad or not on par with some other aircraft, I think the MD-82 has a decent VNAV that works like a charm. Now slightly ahead. Alright, there we go. I see you.
Are you more like near the coast?
Hey, are you on Northern Europe? Don't see him on the Northern Europe.
Interesting.
I'm not seeing you guys anywhere on the map.
Northern Europe, right?
But are you on SIM update, the beta 10?
Oh, that
Oh,
could
no,
be
I'm
the
not.
reason, Captain Magazine. It might not be showing
I'm
us
not.
because you are on a different version of the sim. That
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
You guys
sense.
play the beta, okay? I didn't know that.
No, I'm only me. Couldn't wait to try, but it's so much better in VR.
I am looking forward to it. I mean, I don't have too many problems in VR after dialing the settings, and I think the toolkit makes a difference. OpenXR toolkit to give you some more performance by not rendering every spot on the screen at full resolution, and I was able to get decent VR frames with decent quality.
The frame time, it's important too, and now it's really fluid.
Oh, the DLSS will probably make a change on that one and help us to get some more decent frame times when it's officially
Can you maybe
released.
show the VFR map once again?
Oh yeah, sure.
Quick, so I can, because I see your names like in the
Horizon?
players tab. Yeah, no, not on the horizon, but is
It
like
doesn't
more
give me
near
any
the coast?
waypoints close by, but this is pretty much.
Okay,
Will
wait.
it give us some airports? Maybe we get closer. And I can check the live map on Sim Toolkit Pro to see and maybe guide you
So
to
weird.
our location. Let me see.
Mhm.
We are just off the coast of between Ilheus. I'm not sure how that's
Yeah.
pronounced.
ISILA, ISILA, LA, yeah. Between ISILA and we're south of VUREK.
Yep, and the next waypoint is VUNEP, Victor Uniform November Alpha Papa,
Victor.
which will get us to what is this? Canavieiras. Canavieiras is the town that I see on our next waypoint to the right at the coast, which is right over here on the VFR map. That
Yeah, I see it, but it's super weird because it's not even...
Sierra Bravo Tango Charlie. That's the airport. Oops.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
I am passing through someone. That was probably Chris. Yep. There he is.
Then I'll be, actually depart from that airport and catch up with you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
That's, I think, the best thing I can do.
Oh, yeah, SimPilot, you and Hickory Nuts are super close.
I know. That's worth a screenshot, I guess. If I can get a good angle.
This is a reportable incident, what I'm seeing.
Yeah, luckily we don't have air traffic control. Although we can use air traffic control in one of these streams, and I can just fire up Pilot to ATC to see how it is going to work.
Yeah.
I have been using it in the videos, and I think it, I don't know, I mean, I like to have ATC. It makes me feel like I'm flying. And without the ATC, it's a little bit hit or miss to get into the immersion, I guess. There is a new one that they released, but I have watched a couple videos. It is somewhere like mediocre. FS HUD, I believe, was the name. FS HUD ATC, which doesn't have voice recognition or anything like that. So not sure.
Just think of it like you're flying when there's an air traffic control strike.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah. Go ahead, Moto.
I just like to have something there to talk to sometimes instead of just sitting in my own silence.
Yeah, the hardest part of Pilot to ATC is to set up your descent rate and your expected indicated airspeed.
Yeah.
So that it matches to your top of descent and instructs you on time. Otherwise, you are late to descent and your approach becomes horrific. Yes, Chris, we have to report it to FAA when on the ground for near miss and get our license revoked.
Yeah. I have a number for you to copy down when you're ready.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean that's part of the issue with Pilot to ATC, that you have to do a decent guesswork of your descent rate and your indicated airspeed. Oh, by the way, I was talking about this eye tracker, right? So let me see if I can.
I'm in the air. At what altitude are you guys at?
40,000.
40,000, okay.
Yeah, I remember you having a lot more problems with track IR than I ever did,
Unfortunately,
which is really
yes.
weird. Like mine always works like pretty good, but yours always was
and
screwing
the
up.
problem with that also is I hate to wear something.
Yeah.
So that's also part of the problem.
Got a donation.
Yeah, from Chris. He was generous enough to donate $20, which I appreciate a lot.
That's really kind, yeah, it is.
Let's see if I can do this again.
I still don't see any names. That's super weird. Or maybe I have. Oh, I know why. I have the name
Settings.
text off. Yeah.
Oh
Settings.
yeah,
I'm so dumb.
that also helps
That's-
sometimes.
Oh my god. Yeah, I turned
Where's
it
that
off.
setting? I can't even remember where it is anymore.
It's under general options traffic.
Oh, traffic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, nameplates. Yeah, it was off. Oh my
I'm
God.
trying to remember what I did.
And now I see names. Oh my god. And now I see you guys finally. Oh my god.
That's good. Finally.
I'm right behind you guys.
Not for long. You got a fast plane there.
Oh yeah.
I'm catching up.
You will probably like.
Am I?
Oh, there you. There you are.
See him.
Yeah,
Coming
my
up right
sensitivity
behind
is
me.
Super weird. It's super weird. It's
And
like
Chris is
67%.
doing a decent job to fly in formation. That's great to see. Oh boy.
Legally.
Yeah, we are not going to worry about FAA. By the way, I'm not moving head, my guys. It's just tracking my eyes right now. So that's the other benefit of having this new tracker. Not only it tracks your head movements like this, I can also look up, look down, and it will track my eyes as well. Which helps sometimes. Yeah.
You guys are so well synced. I think you could do a mid-air refueling that way.
Yeah. If Chris was flying a tanker.
Is it true that Air Force One can do? Yeah, they can do mid-air refueling. Air Force One, right? It's good.
I tried it in DCS. I'm telling you, it's hard. I respect all those pilots who refuels up in the air. I was flying the F-16 Viper and trying to refuel mid-air. Man, is it hard.
I seen a what was it, a KC-130 and a Chinook today on Instagram. And the Chinook was fueling off the plane. That was pretty cool.
I remembered something that we had in this VNav menu to put there, and that will tell us our top of descent. I'm not sure if you are true that we are 470 miles away from top of descent. Could be true, because we have 593 miles to the airport, so that sounds about right. And Chris says, trying my best not to take off your tail section. Appreciate it, Chris. We wanna make it to the destination. Alright, Mark is taking a muffin break. Oh man, I love the scenery down below.
I got these like sugary donuts I've been sitting here eating.
Maybe I should go and get a cup of coffee for myself as well. Although it is hot today, and I'm not sure if a hot drink is the best way to cool down.
Yeah, I tend to stop drinking coffee so much in the summer.
I mean, like, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? It hit like 103 degrees.
What is it in Celsius?
Really?
39, I believe.
Yeah.
39. No way.
Yep.
39 Celsius. What?
No,
We get
yeah.
that here.
You were 30. Oh
We
my
have
God.
12.
It's actually
12 degrees now.
39.5 degrees. 39.5 degrees. It was on Wednesday, and it was 75% humidity, so it was killing us that day.
Just brutal.
It was brutal. I couldn't step outside at all that day, and just said, screw it, I'm gonna turn the AC on and watch a couple movies and stay inside, not going anywhere.
We do get the odd day that's like 40 degrees Celsius here, but we just try not to do too much.
I have been to a couple cities in Turkey that gets regularly to 40 degrees during summer. Regularly,
Oh, yeah.
like not once or twice. At one point I was going for a job interview. This was happening in one of those cities, so they asked me to catch a bus for the interview, and I went there, got off the bus, was trying to go to the hotel where the interview was held. It was 42 degrees, and I was like in a business suite for the interview, sweating to hell.
Oh, no.
And saw a police officer routing the traffic when the lights failed, and he didn't have
no.
a single drop on his face, a single one. I approached him like, sir, how can you stand under the sun and not have a single drop of sweat on your face? I'm just dying here. And he says, I have been living here for the last 12 years. I guess I got used to it. I wasn't sure if your body can adapt to a temperature like that and, be okay
Crazy.
under
I
the
would
sun.
die, actually.
in that officer uniform trying to route traffic in the middle of an intersection.
Your body can definitely adapt. I've seen there were some back when I was in high school. There were some African kids that moved here, and it was like 25 to 25 degrees about, and they were wearing winter coats.
Oh wow.
So they thought it was kind of cool here.
Yeah, there are always some guys. Also in the winter with like shorts, it's super crazy.
Oh
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, to me, it's just unmanageable. Like 42 degrees, summer around. No, thank
Depends
you.
where you at. Like in the city, like in Berlin where I live, it's like, nah man, you just want to die at those temperatures. But at the sea, like where you can jump in the water anytime, it's pretty decent, I guess.
Yeah, probably I can
we
take
get,
it if I was living by a beach, you know.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I'm always finding a stream or something to go fishing in, and just kind of walk in the water.
And you probably will agree with me on this, Moto.
Nice.
It makes a huge difference being in the woods versus being in the city. I can say it's like at least 10-15 degrees Fahrenheit cooler in the woods than the city.
Yeah, especially if there's a nice breeze and you can
Yep.
get in the shade of the trees. It's a lot better.
I usually feel
But we
that
get we
when I'm
get that
passing by the woods
muggy
with the
heat.
motorcycle, you feel that breeze coming towards you from the woods, which always feels like great when you are on the bike, sweating because you have full gear protection and all that, and feeling that breeze was like super nice.
So where my city is, we have the big river that goes through it, and on like a hot summer night, I remember when I was riding my motorcycle, if you go down to water level, you can feel it cool off like
Yeah.
quite a bit, and then you go back uphill and it's hot again.
Oh yeah.
Like at nighttime.
So, oh wow, Chris is still like following my tail pretty decently. I appreciate and
Yeah, he's right
admire.
there.
I'm probably not able to do something like that. It's great to see that he is pulling it off.
He has the control.
He does. He does. Oh boy, the scenery. Oh, by the way, we definitely need to hit New Zealand at some point. The scenery is extraordinary.
That would be cool, yeah.
I was flying around Queenstown, New Zealand, mountainous area, and it's their winter right now. You guys should try a GA aircraft there when you are flying offline. I enjoyed every minute around those mountains and valleys and hills. I'm still worried about this top of descent calculation, but it might be true. I don't know. Makes me wonder if that's right, but 400 miles to top of descent. What range we have? 10? Yep, and that's our 125 mile ring, so our calculation was pretty close, I guess. And I added a 10 mile buffer, so if I didn't, it would be probably right on top of that top of descent marker, which means that three times the altitude to lose divided by 1,000 rule works pretty well to calculate top of descent for an aircraft that you don't have it.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yep, it seems like it is pretty accurate. And our next restriction is flight level 80 or above, which is very close to the airport on our star. Actually, that's the third waypoint from our transition into the approach, and we'll see if our nav is working in CRJ, because I cannot remember if it is or not. We'll try it and see what it does.
And I don't think I'm able to catch up. I mean, actually, I might be, but I don't know.
You're not able to catch up?
Yeah, my engine just randomly shut off. I don't know why, but
Oh,
I
man.
got the backup running.
Oh. And I think we haven't done anything regarding our approach, right? And arrival data, let's see here. RNAV, there is no frequency, there is no bearing, so I'm not sure how this is going to handle. Glide slope angle, do we need to, are we supposed to enter this? Let me check the chart to see if I can spot the glide slope angle. Actually, there is no glide slope, that's a glide path. There shouldn't be an angle, but that's 3.22 degrees. Just for the sake of the argument, we will plug it in here, and it is not taking it, so that means that's automatically populated for us, and we should not worry about it, I guess. Oh man, this clear button is always in the way. I cannot click it when the speed brake is up, and I don't want to put it down right now and slow down for no good reason. We'll leave it alone. Looks nice. And I heard the 737 had received an update too, but I haven't tested it to see what they have fixed. I'm impatiently waiting for the EFP to come on board, and I think that's gonna happen with the 800 variant when they release it, not the 600 that they are getting ready to release.
What is your guys' heading right now? I can't read it.
My heading is 222 right now.
Oh, okay, then I was reading it right. Thank you.
And I see you in the distance, right behind us.
I'm on the right heading. Yeah, I just turned on the autopilot in the F-18 because it's too much of a hustle.
I can
with my
imagine.
sensitivity.
And fighter jets they don't have the same autopilot like the commercial airliners or jets.
Yeah, no, and also, I also don't have any flight plan plugged in right now, so I use heading mode and altitude hold. Yeah.
Okay, it should get you to close to us if you
Yeah, it
can
should be right now.
go supersonic.
No, I'm also gathering some speed.
Hey Chris, it was nice having you here and nice formation flying. I admire your talent of controlling the aircraft, and yeah, we would like to have you again in one of the streams, but next week we are probably departing from where we land to reach to Rio and do a GA flight around Rio after that, and then we will eventually hit New Zealand at some point. But thanks for joining, and I appreciate the $20 donation one more time.
So what did you guys do today?
What you mean?
Like, what did you guys do beside gaming?
Oh, well, I just helped my wife clean the house and vacuum the floors in the morning.
Chill.
And
Nice.
after the stream, I'm probably going to take the kids to the pool. After
Oh yeah, true. What is the time difference again?
it is
It's
actually
19
3:20
past
p.m.
9
here.
right now. Oh, that's nice.
See you, Chris.
At 4:20 here.
So you are 1 hour ahead of us.
21:19 here. So yeah, in the evening.
I just got back from a night camping.
That's nice.
I was doing some fishing and camping and kind of relaxing for the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, camping is always nice, especially if you have the gear to make yourself comfortable. What bugs me the most is the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And
When you get like a fire or something, then it's good.
fire helps if you are close to the fire, and I
Yeah,
try to use some
like the smoke.
spray repellent. It helps a little bit, but you know what
But
helps?
not like
Drinking.
what?
They don't touch
Yeah.
people who has alcohol in their blood.
Oh, for real? I thought you will just like numb the pain or something.
Well, you kind of stop noticing them as well.
Yeah, you
But,
just...
they weren't bad last night for me. I did get a fire going, but
looks
I
like
don't know, they don't
someone's-
bother me as much.
Someone's dog in the neighborhood is going crazy.
Moto, are you flying today also or not?
No, I just hopped on here. I just got
okay.
done unpacking all my stuff, so I just kind of hopped
dude.
on to watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen Aure around. I haven't seen Hugh. He said he will join back, but was helping his grandparents or parents to move or something, if I remember correctly. But I wasn't being too active as well in terms of publishing videos or doing something in the sim. I'll probably get back at it a little bit more often, and I have some ideas around videos that are lined up to go over some stuff and maybe do some GA flying and get back to maybe the G1000 NXI and do an update video of those. And have you guys heard about the update coming? There is a developer, let me just go and check it. I found it a cool one, so I might be getting that one. It is called, it's coming from Black Square, and they are doing a steam gauge overhaul for default airplanes, which means they are converting the default airplanes to steam gauge aircraft, and starting with King Air, which I'm like hoping that it will be decent and we can enjoy flying a turboprop with steam gauges. And they are also adding some electrical systems, some circuit breaker animations and functionality as well. And their first two will be King Air and Grand Caravan, and they will continue doing that for the other GA aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see on the Caravan.
Yeah, and King Air too, because I'm gonna admit I'm not a big fan of glass cockpits when it comes to GA aircraft.
Oh, for real? No, I love glass cockpits.
I'm
Maybe because they're easier
impartial.
to fly. Because I can, I mean I get it, like, but all the how do you say it in English? Gorgeous, gauges, I don't know.
Gauges.
Gauges.
Yeah, gauges, gauges. All the gauges, like, it's driving me crazy. Like seeing it all on the monitor, you know. It's
Oh,
super
yeah.
small, and then you have to zoom in and all that.
I don't know. I think
Glass cockpit.
I am addicted to steam gauges when it's a GA aircraft. El Bapino is asking, what happened is I can't fill destination on arrival or arrival airport. It says in the FMC, not in database, but it exists in SimBrief. So, El Bapino, your problem might be the navigational data in the sim. I am using Navigraph, nav data. I'm not sure if others in the stream can confirm that the destination and departure airports are in the sim, but well, those are major airports in South America, I believe. They should be in the sim, but I'm not sure what's causing your issue.
I always used Navigraph.
Oh, you are also using Navigraph and it's all updated. Which aircraft are you using?
Oh, I'm not right now, but I do use Navigraph for nav data.
Yeah, me too. I mean, so he's in CRJ-1000 and he's not able to enter the departure and destination. That is kind of odd though. I'm assuming you have updated the navigational database for the CRJ as well. Oh, those are major airports. Lima Sierra Golf Lima and Lima Foxtrot Papa Golf. Let me see. That's Lausanne, right? That airport you are mentioning. Yep, Lausanne. So, according to Google, that airport is a small civil airport located in the north of Lausanne, and it has no scheduled commercial traffic and is used for general aviation. So I'm not sure, that might be the reason it might not be included, but I can check. What we can do to help you is we can go into Navigraph, and this also happens. Alright, let me just do this. I'm not sure why they cannot fix this. It happens all the time. There we go. So the airport you are asking for is Lima Sierra Golf Lima. That should be in here. Well, it's in Navigraph, which tells me that if it's in here, it should be in the sim, included in their database. We are close, and I'm not sure why we are not descending yet. Now that top of descent calculation is way off, guys. There is no way that we still have 330 miles, or maybe we do, I'm not sure. It says in 50 minutes. That is quite off to me. But what range we are using?
Yes,
160.
Right, guys. I'm right here.
It could be a luck, you know.
Finally.
Oh, you see us?
Yeah. I always shoot you guys.
It could be due to that. CRJ might not recognize because it's not an airport for commercial airliners, and it might not have a long enough runway to land, so that might be true. So why I'm not seeing anyone now? I see Mark, but Falcon, I'm not seeing you.
Oh, you don't see me?
Nope.
It's weird because I'm literally right behind you.
Alright, we are getting close to top of descent, and looks like that calculation I see here is off. That's definitely not 320 miles. I'm gonna initiate descent when we get to top of descent and start descending, so that we can safely land this aircraft to our destination airport. We are also transitioning into our star right now, and you can take a look at it, and I can just show you the chart for our arrival. That's the arrival chart. Minimum sector altitude from where we are approaching is between 5 and 4,000, so 4,000 is a restriction at our transition, and we need to stay at 8,000, eventually go down to 6 and then 4, and then turn around and do our approach into the runway for RNAV Z or Zulu to runway 2.
Can you somehow disable the auto flaps? It's like always slowing me down. So weird.
Oh, I see you now.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. And the auto flaps is super crazy.
Are they like engaging on their own?
Yeah.
And you are slowing down because you don't, until you realize you have auto flaps. That's crazy.
But when I enable the autopilot, it's like it retracts himself again.
Did you check your controller bindings? Maybe the same button you use for autopilot is also assigned to auto flaps? Could it be possible?
No, I just used the how do you say it in the chat? I guess the MFT, I don't know.
Ah, okay.
I use it here. I don't have any like button assigned.
Okay, I see now.
Yeah, but all the controls are messed up. Like I said, the sensitivity is super weird. I need to like take a look at this again sometime.
Alright, let me start setting up the altitude for descent.
Yeah, I'll follow Mark. Is Mark in the voice chat? The Discord?
He is, but he took a break to get something.
I'm back. Yeah, I was in the gallery
he
a
is
long
back.
time.
ZK is asking, is the Microsoft Flight Simulator version of the CRJ better than the P3D version, or does it have the same issues? I don't have the P3D and I cannot comment if it's better or not because I haven't experienced it in there, ZK, unfortunately. Therefore I'm not sure. But it has some issues in the Microsoft Flight Simulator version. And there are some long-term bugs that Aerosoft hasn't fixed, and I'm not sure if they ever fix those. And to be perfectly honest, I will probably not show any interest in a future Aerosoft aircraft just because of this lack of updates that they are providing to their products. Yep, pretty much. If it's the same in P3D. I am setting ourselves down to 1800 and we will monitor the restrictions and try to stay and respect those restrictions as well. So it took me a long
Mark,
time
look
to
behind you.
wind
Like,
that
look
knob,
behind you now.
and we
I
will
just
probably
passed you. Sorry, man. Wait, where are we landing at?
we are starting to descend, I guess, very shortly. That's the top of descent marker you see on the ND here, right
Yeah,
there.
I sadly don't have two monitors, you know. Sorry, I can't look.
Yeah, I mean, it helps to have a second monitor, especially when I'm streaming. It gets too crowded on single monitor to control everything and look through the chat and, you know, be aware of everything happening.
I mean, I have a second one, but the problem is my desk is too small, and I'm currently like rebuilding my room, and I'm trying to get a new table, but it's.
Mine was the same. I couldn't fit the second one. I ended up buying an arm and connected them with VESA mounts.
Yeah, that's also nice, but from Amazon or where?
From Amazon, yeah.
Yeah,
I can
was
share the one I
thinking about
bought because it can hold two 32-inch monitors without any
that would be
problems.
cool, that would be cool. Because I've seen one as well, and I was like thinking about getting one.
Oh, looks like we have a problem in our waypoint, guys. There's a second line that I see there. Is it trying to return to a previous waypoint after passing some waypoint? Yep, you look at that. Compu. This shouldn't be here. This is the second time these things are populated. I don't know why, but what I will do is, well, Compu VT041 Compu. Huh. That is interesting. We will fix it when we get there. No worries.
like
And we
10 Gs
passed
for
top
like
of descent,
40
so
seconds.
let's start our descent. And start descending at what? Probably 1700 feet per minute, and I have to cut the throttles back to prevent overspeeding. I think for now 65% will do. And we'll see how the profile looks, because I'm not seeing that blue ball that usually is over here that tells us whether we are on profile or not. And it says climb, and I know why it's doing that, because, well, Okay, let's do this. Let's take this waypoint and paste it on top of here. Nope, it didn't work, I guess. Did it? Looks like it did. No, it didn't. This is an interesting problem, by the way. Shouldn't be here, but it is. Yep, we shouldn't be. VT054. I'll take that one. Paste it over here and see if it will fix it. Oh my gosh, there's that again. Alright. I think I'm gonna probably go and delete these waypoints one by one. And hope that it will fix our issue.
Mark, aren't you a bit low? Or is the airport nearby? Oh, I think he's gone again.
Maybe he is just muted.
Oh yeah, true. Might be the case.
Yep, control big. So well, this entire section is doubled for some reason, and I'm not sure what's happening there. So which one is compu? Let me see. Alright, let's see. Oh man, we don't need this. We don't need this. And I might be messing up the flight plan, by the way, by doing this.
That's not
But
good.
looks like it fixed itself now, and we are seeing the blue circle here.
Yeah.
We slowed way too much, so let's get the speed up a little bit. And see where it takes us. We should be good now. And that's partly on me. I haven't checked the plan page for our routing, and we ended up doubling some waypoints for some reason. I'm tempted to say that this might be a CRJ issue, or maybe nav data issue, but I think we are good now. Yep, looks like we are good.
I'm just right next to Mark.
Okay, so you caught up to us,
I'm
looks like.
escorting you.
I'm gonna increase the descent rate to 2200 feet per minute. I feel like we are going to be late to descent on time due to that miscalculation. And okay, and try to spot you guys while I'm doing that. According to the aircraft, we are on profile. That star is in the middle, so we should not have any issues then. That's the 25-mile ring in about 35 miles, so we still have some distance to cover and that should probably give us the time to descend on time. Let's see if I can keep my head straight and not make you guys motion sick while adjusting things. And let's go through the checklist. Descent checklist. Landing elevation is set, fuel is checked, TCAS is set, radar, CAS, landing data, approach briefing. Yep, that should be already done. The fuel on board, which I'm not oh, we still have enough fuel, no worries there. I'm just gonna keep
Yo, Mark,
monitoring.
can you maybe tell me how fast you are going?
245 knots.
240.
Alright, we are
My
getting
true
close to our
airspeed is 283.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut the throttles back a little bit more, slow the aircraft to give us more time to descend, and increase the descent rate to get back on profile, and hopefully it should help us to get there. Nice clouds, by the way. I like the look of the clouds and the scenery outside.
Yes.
It looks beautiful.
The river passed over a river here.
Yeah, I mean, look at
To the
that.
ocean.
I mean, I'm not
Mark,
sure.
can you see the F-18 or is the flight model again fucked up?
Saw you earlier on my left.
I did
but,
show you
yeah,
too,
right
but
behind
now I'm not see. Oh, there you are. You're down below.
Yeah, I
Following
can see it
Mark.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see. I
You
don't
guys
see
are at
him now. I
9,000
saw him
feet.
before.
You don't see me, I'm right behind you actually.
We're too close.
No, not too close. Not too close. I have a decent amount of distance actually.
Okay.
All right, looks like I am good on the descent profile. In fact, actually
sure
a little
why.
bit below, and I should be fine descending on time to execute the approach. Looks like I need to get the weather and see what the QNH is at our destination. Let's see. So the QNH is 1020, winds are coming from 120 at 7 knots. Let's jump down to the FMC now. Index, doesn't this have, I'm trying to remember if this FMC had an approach page that we had to, well, it's this one, and there's nothing in here.
Okay, now
For
I'm
us to-
right above you. If you look up.
Performance,
Maybe you can see me.
No.
fuel
Still
management,
not? Oh,
flight
that's
log.
Weird. Yeah.
No, there is nothing here. Looks like the CRJ does
Oh,
not have
that's
a
actually a nice
performance.
shot. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Wait,
What we also need to do is to calculate our arrival performance and set all the landing speeds and the VREF on our speed bugs, and that should be probably it for the rest of the flight, and we'll keep descending and maintaining the descent profile. You probably can turn on the passenger signs now, given the fact that we are on descent and eventually we will be landing. We can also get down here, arm the reversers one more time. Not sure what that button was doing. I need to check that one. Anti-skid. We need to arm that too, I guess. That's over here. Armed now. And the transition altitude was 5,000, I believe, but we can set the QNH earlier than that if we want to. And that is
Coming towards you now.
1020. We'll set it to the standby first. And I'm not sure if there is a way to switch this to hectopascals. I don't see a way to do it.
Yeah, on the left side a little button.
3012.
Look down here.
That's the QNH set. 1020 for the standby, and we will monitor the standby and do the same thing over here when we get below 10,000. This is when LTC comes in handy. When they clear you for arrival, I would say, for your approach, you can set the QNH and leave it there, because they will usually tell you the QNH when they are giving you instructions that you are cleared for RNAV approach, blah blah blah. Alright, let's increase the range a little bit. Coming down to 16,100 or 16,000, we need to slow down a little bit and prepare ourselves to get below 250. Approaching 10,000, so I'll cut the throttles a little bit back. And I know I have to maintain the thrust as the pilot flying to execute the approach without having all the thrust that will be on me. I'm gonna take a look at the arrival chart. The heading is 1016, so I'm gonna set my heading back to 016. And leave it there for the rest of the flight, so that is a secondary thing I can monitor and see. Takes awful lot of time to do this using the controls, but that's set. We can also set the course. No, I'm not seeing it anywhere. It's supposed to be on the PFD, but it is not displayed. That is the runway. We need to turn around. Oh, someone pulled a barrel roll right in front of me. Oh, that's Falcon.
Yeah, it was me.
I just glanced
I
through the
catch up
window
to
and
you.
saw you pulling a barrel roll.
Yeah, of course, man. Can you see the F-18 actually, or am I some other...
Alright, we need to cut the throttles way back and slow down to 250. We are reaching 10,000, so I'm gonna put some speed brakes up to slow us down. And also put the descent rate to 2000-ish. That should get us back on profile and slow us down. Alright, coming up to 10,000. We'll turn on the landing lights. And taxi lights, we will not worry about that for now. We can leave them off. Alright. Nicely done. We are down to 250 and just passing 10,000. I am impressed with myself. I'm not usually good at this like that. So give it some more throttle. Around 50%-ish. We don't want to increase the speed though. We want to stay below 250. And we will get back on profile now. Nice. We are coming down to what I would say our transition very shortly. We can set the QNH now for our side, for the PFD 1020. That's set. We are executing that turn a little bit early, looks like. And we are below the profile, so let's decrease the rate of descent to get back on profile. and from here on it's just monitoring what we are going to do for landing. We are coming to our transition, which tells me that I should be thinking about activating the approach mode. Nice clouds, by the way.
Oh. Sun's going down.
Speed looks
Usual.
okay.
Yeah.
Speed looks okay. I'm gonna keep it at there to get ready for flaps, which we will need eventually, and maybe even slow down to clean flap speed of 210 while descending. And we are now back on profile, looks like, coming to our transition, and I'm gonna arm the approach mode right at that transition waypoint. We are descending a little bit faster, so let's get back on profile. That's better. And can we spot the airport? Why this wheel is always like turning around? There's the aircraft, and the airport should be somewhere behind those clouds. Alright.
I can see the airport here, yeah? Where am I?
Alright, let's arm the approach. And it says localizer. Unfortunately, we are not doing a localizer approach, man. We'll see what you do
you
from this
far to the
point
right.
on. There is no
I'm aligning with
localizer.
the airport there.
And I'm not sure if this is an Aerosoft bug. It should not say localizer. It should say RNAV or RNAV approach or glide path. And we are descending down to 1800 of selected altitude. We are still on profile, so if nothing, we will just follow the VNAV guidance. Oh, you need to turn nav source mod. Where is that? Oh, this is that. Well, I cannot click. Okay. Is it this one? On lock 1. Okay. We'll see what it does from here on. We are passing below 4000. Looks like it is doing its thing.
What the fuck?
We'll go flaps 1 now. Yeah, there is no localizer here, so it should be using RNAV, which I'm not sure which one is the nav source that you need to select for RNAV. That's definitely not VOR. Maybe it's the FMS.
Sure, it's gonna make this corner.
We will just leave it like this, and we will have to take control anyway. Oh, it's not turning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
I'm
we'll
finding
stay.
this thing is pretty dicey.
Yeah, we will keep it at nav. Looks like it didn't like the approach mode, so we will leave it at nav and see where it takes us. And we'll go flaps 8. Speed is good enough to do that, and we will get up to 50%, and we should get back on profile hopefully and execute the landing without any issues at all. We are getting ready to level off, so I'll go flaps 20 now. We are within the terminal area. And we will be at 1800, but I'm not sure if the aircraft will do its thing at this point. Maybe CRJs cannot do RNAV approaches, which is odd if you ask me. They should be able to.
would think so.
And I'm gonna try the approach mode one more time. See if it takes us to... Yep, it's not arming as you see. Interesting. Well, okay. We know how to land an aircraft, I guess. Speed is coming down, so let's keep extending flaps and keeping the throttles up to maintain the speed. Drop the landing gear. Nice view, very nice view. Oh, that's the airport. I'm a little bit sideways, I guess, but that might be a different runway, right? Let's see. Oh, that's actually our runway, looks like it. Yep. So it looks like I need to take control at this point, disconnect the autopilot and line myself up with the runway properly. And go full flaps now. And control the speed and focus on landing this thing properly. I think I can turn the nose wheel light on. And we should be descending at this point. We'll see if we can pull this off. We are late to descend, and looks like the CRJ is not capable of RNAV.
I'm currently on my final.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to line up as best as I can with the runway while descending and cutting the throttles back, trying to see the puppies. Yeah, it's obvious that we will get some sink rate warnings because of how I'm trying to descend at this point. Okay, we are at 1000. We should be back to our profile at this point, or closer, but I think we lined up properly now. Yeah, thank you for reminding that. 500, I think now we can just get back to where we were and control the aircraft to line up a little bit better. We probably need to do a side slip prior to landing, or not.
Okay, I landed. Perfect.
Right.
Oh my god, that was stressful.
Oh, this might be the perfect landing in that I made in the streams. Let me not jinx myself.
Now I can watch you. Wait.
Here we go.
40,
Now let's go.
30, 20.
Not off the center line, but we are down.
Nice.
Reversers are engaged. Well, not perfect, but better.
Oh, we coming like I can see.
60 knots and manual braking now to vacate the runway when possible. We can take this high speed exit, I guess, to the right,
Yeah,
left, I'm sorry.
We might crash.
There we go. Let's slow it down. Oh, Mr. Moto, thank you very much for the 10 Canadian dollars, man. Appreciate it a lot.
No
Thanks, Elba Pino. Yeah, I tried. The RNAV didn't cooperate, so we will taxi to the gate, fire up the APU, and we will keep turning into the taxiway. And this is where I like Pilot to ATC. You can stop and ask for taxi instructions, and it will assign you a gate, which makes it a little bit more realistic. Oh, am I on another runway? Oh, looks like it. Okay, let's speed things up a little bit and vacate the active runway, if this is an active one, because I didn't realize I was on a runway up until I made that turn.
Yeah, on the one runway you are at right now, I landed.
Okay.
Yeah, side.
Yeah, this was not my assigned runway by SimBrief. I will just go a little bit faster, vacate the runway, and find a parking spot. Sun is going down, but I think it looks nice at this time of the day with the clouds and everything, and lights also. Okay. Looks like there's an exit right after this that will take us to the terminal building. So cutting the throttles and applying some brakes and taking this turn to vacate the runway. Alright. Turn the landing lights off and run that bus over with the, I don't know, guidance car, I guess. Yeah, this is where Microsoft Flight Simulator needs to do a little bit better. Head tracking on, take a look at left. We'll go over to the left side to that big boy, towards that big boy, to find a parking spot over there. Or maybe that's a cargo plane, I'm not sure. I really don't know where the actual terminal building is, but looks like that's where it is. If not, we will just go and find a spot and call it a day. Transponder, we can turn it off now. That's here. We can turn off the weather radar as well. We don't want to fry anyone. Flight director can also come off. We can disarm the reversers at this point. There we go. And we are getting ready to shut down our engines when we find a parking spot, and looks like there is no real terminal building around here. We'll go park right here, following this yellow line and trying to line up as best as I can and leave it there. Okay, not bad. Did it do? Just a little bit more. And there we are. Okay, let's go to the checklists and see what we need to do here. Before landing, after landing, we all passed that one. Parking brake is now on. Seatbelt signs we can turn off and start letting the passengers out after shutting down the engines. That's this guy here. If I can look down properly, there we go. And we should switch to APU power. Let's go open the door when engines pull down and turn the anti-collision and strobes off, which we forgot to do, or the beacon rather. Open the door.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items and carry-on luggage.
Oh, and then we can stop the chrono here. Alright, I think we did it, despite the issues we had with our nav. We can disarm the nose wheel steering. Flaps, we can bring them in with zero hydraulic power. Probably the electric hydraulic pumps will do it. And now we can get rid of the hydraulic pumps. We can get rid of the window heat. And no smoking sign. Oh, they were off, okay. Yaw damper can come off. Stab trim, mag trim can come off. And what else we need to do? NTI's fuel pumps. Off and off. And we are ready to shut the aircraft down. Well guys, thanks for being young again. I just missed to enjoy a flight with you all. So it was really fun.
Yeah, very nice.
It was nice, and looks like CRJ requires some more love from its developer to get back to being a aircraft that can execute RNAV approaches. Maybe I was doing something wrong. I will just watch for some tutorials to see if I'm doing something wrong. Elba Pino, thank you very much, sir. Thanks for joining the stream. What else? Well, really nothing here. We can just shut the APU down, turn the packs off, recirculation valve to off, and
Captain, all passengers have left the plane.
well, thank you. And we are probably done with today's flight.
Hey.
All right. For that I need to bring my microphone. Captain Megazenon, thanks for the 109 Norwegian 2. I just saw it at the last minute. Thanks to Modo. Always appreciate you, my friend. Thanks a lot. And as I said, I missed you guys a lot. We'll keep flying together next week and looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Awesome. See you guys next week. Take care.
Okay.
Yes,
Bye,
take
everyone.
care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Bye.